Hi everyone, happy Monday. Okay, so first of all, my name is Lauren Mattingly. I am a certified Faster Way to Fat Loss coach, and it is my mission to help busy moms, especially those busy moms with lots of kiddos, to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle and also live their best life too. One of the things I wanted to share with you all today is kind of in honor of Low Carb Day, because in the Faster Way, we carb cycle. So we have a couple of low carb days in the mix of our week. And since it's a low carb day in the Faster Way, I wanted to talk a little bit about fat, okay, and why fat will not make you fat, okay? In fact, that is a huge myth, right? So first of all, if you're joining me, I would love for you to tell me if you remember back in the day, whether it was yourself or your mom or your grandmother or whoever, if you remember the low-fat diet, where we were taught, society taught us that we needed to take all of the fat out of our diet. So low-fat everything, low-fat coffee, low-fat yogurt, low-fat cereal, low-fat dressings, all of that. Do you remember the days of the low-fat? Whether that was you yourself or someone, your family. And the thing is back then, they were telling us that we needed to remove fat from our diet in order for our heart to be healthy, in order to lower our cholesterol. But it kind of backfired on us, because we were still gaining weight. We were still becoming more and more obese as a general population. We still had heart disease. Everyone still had high blood pressure and high cholesterol. So what did we end up doing there? We ended up causing more harm than good, probably, because those low fat, those things marketed as low fat on the shelves, which they're still there today, and you still can get sucked into that beautiful marketing of low fat, but those low fat products ended up being high in sugar and high in other artificial ingredients. Because listen, okay, you take, for instance, a dressing that is high in fat, so it's an oil-based dressing, or it's I used the Thousand Island last week as an option or a reference, and it's high in fat. Well, when you take out the fat content, so the oil, out of the dressing, that's what makes it taste good, right? You add oil for flavor, you add butter for flavor, and then you take that out of the product, and you got to replace it with something so that it still tastes halfway decent, right? And most of the time, they were adding sugar. So all of these low-fat products that you see on the market are loaded with sugar, okay? So next time you go to the grocery store, pick up a bottle of low-fat ranch, for instance, and compare it to a regular ranch and just see the difference, okay? Because the sugar content is what was the problem. And listen, now we know that, well, obviously sugar contributes to obesity, but it's also one of the main contributors to high cholesterol. So it's not the eggs that are the problem in your diet that's contributing to your high cholesterol. It's the sugar. It's the pounds of sugar that we consume in all of our processed foods. So it's the low fat fad. We've gotten away from that, okay? So if you are still picking up the low fat dressings, the low fat whatever, put it back down and start consuming the real stuff, okay? So the real oils, the real butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Does anybody remember that? Do you still use I can't believe it's not butter? Or what were some of the other spreadables that, or like the spray? Yeah, those are no bueno, okay? But here's the thing. We have gotten to, because of that, because we were taught that we needed to remove fat from our diet, we've been afraid of it for a long time. But the thing is fat will not make you fat. Consuming dietary fat in your diet is not what makes you fat, okay? We want to consume the right kinds of fats, and I like to refer to those as fit fats in our diet, and those have tons of benefits. Okay, so it's not necessarily fat itself, consuming dietary fat, that makes us fat. It's the type, it's the kind of fat that you're consuming that is so much more important. So that's what's the main takeaway, is that you're eating the right kinds of fats, okay? Dietary fat has a lot of different functions in our body. Number one, so for instance, on a low carb day, it is our goal to increase our fit fats so that we can get through a low carb day. Because when you take out the carbs, you got to replace it with something. Otherwise, you're going to be in a huge deficit. You're going to be very hungry and very cranky. So hangry, right? So we have to replace those carbs with something. We need to hit our protein goal, and we need to fill in the rest of our calories with fit fats. And one of the things that fat does is it helps to create a place, excuse me, it provides us with energy. It is a food that will make us feel satisfied, satiated, and full, and it will help us to feel that way longer. It also, one of the really cool things about fat, healthy fats, and I'll get to what's a healthy fat and what isn't a healthy fat here in a second, but healthy fats help us to transport fat-soluble vitamins, so vitamins A, D, E, and K, if you learned that in school, ADEC, right? It helps us to transport those fat-soluble vitamins in our foods. It helps us to absorb them, okay? So for instance, when you are cooking some eggs, if you spray a little olive oil in the pan, or you use a little bit of grass-fed butter with your eggs, it's actually going to help you absorb the nutrients. Let's go back and not necessarily use eggs, because that's not a good example. Vegetables, okay? So you're sauteing vegetables. You want to saute those vegetables in a healthy cooking oil or a grass-fed butter or ghee, and that helps you absorb the nutrients, those vitamins and minerals from the food that you're cooking. So that's really cool. It also helps to regulate our hormones, so it definitely plays a huge role in our mood. It helps to form parts of our cell membranes, our nervous system, our brain. So obviously we need healthy fats in our diet for a wide variety of different reasons, and some very important reasons. Fat can also, in addition to protein, both of those two things can act as a buffer for carb absorption. So here's another thing that you want to do. Whenever you're consuming, I just like to use the banana and peanut butter analogy because that one's an easy one. But if you are just consuming carbohydrates by themselves, like if you just eat a banana, you will notice that you eat the banana, you're full for 5 seconds, and then you're starving again. Or you eat the banana and then you have this like sugar crash, you're like high and low. Well, it's because you're eating straight carbohydrates, straight sugar. It shoots into your bloodstream, your blood glucose goes up, your insulin is up, and then it crashes, right? Well, when you pair a carbohydrate like a banana with a healthy fat or some protein, for example, a nut butter. Sorry, my dishwasher is going bonkers. Then you buffer that carb absorption so you have a mellow response. You're not having this rapid spike in your blood sugar and a crash. So it's not like this all day. It's a very mellow response. So you should always be pairing your carbohydrates with a healthy fat or a protein in order to buffer that response, especially if you have diabetes or any kind of insulin issues. So that's one really important reason why fats play a vital role in your diet. So lots of different reasons why we should be consuming healthy fats. But what about the kinds of fats that you are consuming? So when I talk about healthy fats, I'm not talking about like a Snickers or vegetable oil, or like I was talking about I can't believe it's not butter spray. Those are not the fats that I'm talking about. The fats that I'm talking about are, like, for instance, eggs or salmon that's rich in omega-3s. I use bacon occasionally. This one is from Simple Truth, so from Kroger, and this one's uncured, no sugar, no preservatives, just very clean. If you want to use that. If you are looking for a healthy butter, Kerrygold butter, so any kind of grass-fed butter, you can buy like this, and they also have a spread. Let's see here. Oils are healthy fats. So I'm not talking about, like I said, vegetable oil or corn oil or any of the like seed oils. Olive oil and avocado oil are my staples for cooking. You can also find those in sprays. I have a half of an avocado. This is a super healthy fat. It's also high in fiber, which is another essential part of your diet. You should always be paying attention to how much fiber you're getting. So olives are pretty much all fat. So this one has 0 protein, less than 1 gram of carb, and 4 grams of fat. So it's literally all fat, olives. And then we have nuts. So any type of nut is really great. This, for a fourth of cup, has 24 grams of fat. So very obviously full of fat. So these are my favorite macadamias. And then we have seeds. So any kind of seed is going to be really high in fat, like hemp seeds. This has 15 grams per serving of fat. And then this actually has a good amount of protein too, 10 grams of protein. Flaxseed is really, really great for you, 7 grams of fat. And then this is chia seeds. So I love to throw seeds on like a salad or a smoothie bowl, or mix it in with a smoothie for some added fat. Dark chocolate is another good source of healthy fat. Dark chocolate though. And then almond butter. So any kind of nut butter is going to be high in fat. So 17 grams of fat in almond butter. So yeah, other than that, beef. I think I said beef. Or no, I didn't say beef. But any kind of fatty fish. I mentioned eggs. I think that's it. So yeah, these are all fantastic sources of healthy fats. Now, unhealthy fats, like I mentioned, are vegetable and canola oils, margarine, shortening, other lab-created fat is what you're wanting to look for. So those refined oils or hydrogenated oils, that is what causes inflammation and causes chronic disease. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you thought this was helpful. This is why you need healthy fats. Just as a recap, you need healthy fats for so many different reasons so that your body functions optimally. Healthy fats will not make you fat. Healthy fats don't cause high cholesterol. And in fact, healthy fats have a really great place in your diet to help you live your best life. So get in all of those healthy fats today, especially on a low carb day. If you are a client of mine in the Faster Way, if you're not already a client of mine, I would love to have you and teach you all about nutrition and science-based strategies to help you lose weight and help you keep it off. I actually started a round of the Faster Way today. If anyone wants to join me, you're welcome to do that. The link is in my bio. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you all. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.